Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well and having a lovely day. So for today's video, as you can see, I'm in my car and it is raining really heavily, so I hope you can actually hear this. But anyways, today I'm going to be filming a mukbang because I haven't made one of these videos in the longest time, and I really enjoy filming them because I get to eat food, which I love, and I get to answer your questions, which I also really enjoy doing. So I was just going to go to McDonald's like I always do, but I thought that I would switch it up today and go to Burger King instead. So I'm just going to drive there just now and pick up some food. It just had to be super rainy whilst I was filming this video. I'm so annoyed. You're not going to be able to hear anything because I've got my wipers going, the rain is darting off the window, and I hate driving as it is, so in the rain it's even worse. So I'm just like, nah, I'm not down for this today. And also, you know why I prefer going to McDonald's? It's literally like 2 minutes down the road. But Burger King is a little bit further, like it's still pretty close. Whoa, okay, wipers, what are you doing? Yeah, it's just a little bit further, so I'm just like, nah, can't really be bothered. I get so stressed when I'm driving, by the way, so I panic and talk a load of rubbish. I actually have no idea what I'm going to order because, like I said, I never even go to Burger King that often. I've only been like a couple of times, and I'm trying to demist my windscreen. Okay, there we go. I have been driving for like 6 months, so I know it doesn't look like it. It's not very good.
Hi, we're at the Burger drive-thru. What can I get for you?
Hiya, can I have a chicken royale meal, please?
Chicken royale meal?
Yeah.
You want cheese or bacon on it?
No thank you.
What drink?
Diet Coke, please.
Is that a large meal?
Yes, thank you.
Anything else?
That's it, thank you.
Let's make your way around the door for that then, thanks.
Thank you. I literally get so nervous at drive-thrus, and I'm trying my best to film even though I'm really nervous and people are probably looking at me talking to myself. Oh my goodness, that actually took forever. I completely jinxed it by saying that it wasn't that far away, because it's not, but I got stuck in so much traffic. It took me like an hour to get there, get my food and get back, and it normally would just take like 10 minutes. Oh my gosh, my food's probably going to be cold, but I couldn't get a parking space. Like, I don't know why it was so busy today, so I've just drove back to my house and I'm just gonna film this in my garden. I'm just parked in my garden. I don't know if you can hear me with the rain. I'm hoping that you can, but hopefully you guys don't mind the sound of rain. Hopefully it's just like nice and therapeutic for you guys to listen to. So anyways, now I can tell you guys what I got. Of course, I got myself a Diet Coke, because what else do I drink? Let's be honest. And this rain is just not slackening off. Okay, so I didn't really know what to get, kind of panicked, and I just got a chicken royale meal because, you know, I didn't really know what else to order. Let's see if the chips are cold. Well, I mean, they're not hot. But they'll do. But anyways, I asked you guys on Instagram for some questions, so I'm just going to answer them whilst I eat. So the first question is, do you have a favourite Disney film? I absolutely love Disney films. I think that it really doesn't matter what age you are, Disney films are always just going to be the best thing ever. Like, they were magical when I was a kid, and I feel like they're still just as amazing now that I'm 21. I've always loved Stitch. Like, Stitch hands down is my favourite Disney character. I just think he's so adorable. So Lilo and Stitch, definitely when I was younger it was my favourite Disney film, and I feel like it still is now. Like, every time I watch it, it just makes me smile and just makes me happy, and I love the fact that there's Elvis music in it as well. Like, that's a bonus, like that's a big plus. I love The Little Mermaid as well. Like, obviously I love them all, but yeah, Lilo and Stitch is my favourite. I love The Little Mermaid. Lion King is incredible. I went to see the new one. Well, I've been to see it twice. Let me know in the comments down below if you've seen it. I went with Michael first of all, and I absolutely loved it. Mum said that she wanted to see it and I was like, I'll go see it again. So I went a second time to see it with my mum, and I feel like my straw's broken. Why have I got salt in my hair? Why is this not going well? It was just as amazing the second time round, and I actually cried the second time around. I feel like it was because I could see my mum kind of like welling up, and that kind of set me off. Would you ever dye your hair? I've only technically dyed my hair once, but it wasn't actually like my full head. I like sort of got an ombre. Well, that's what I was wanting, but it didn't really turn out like that. I wanted like my hair to kind of go from my natural colour and kind of gradually get more blonde. But it didn't look like that when I got it done. It kind of just looked like, oh, that's my natural hair, and then it just stops, and then there's like blonde. And in fact, it wasn't even blonde. It ended up like looking orange or yellow. I hated it so much. I liked it at the start, and then I think I just must have not been looking after it properly, or like not used the right products or shampoo or whatever, and it just started going yellow, and I was like, ew. So after that one experience of dyeing my hair, I was like, I'm never gonna dye my hair ever again. It just put me off it, because I just like, I'm scared of it going wrong again. And also, to be honest, I quite like my natural hair colour. I know it's very like common and kind of plain, like everybody has this hair colour, but I feel like if I started messing with my hair, I just never get this colour back, and then I might regret it. But in saying that, if I had a lot of confidence, I really would like to dye my hair like lilac or that grey colour that was really in for a while. Like, I'd like to do something crazy like that, because I actually think it looks really nice, but I don't know if I would suit it, and then like I said, I might regret it. But for a while when I was younger, I was like so adamant that I was going to get grey hair. Did it take a long time for you to adjust to staying at your boyfriend's, given he lives so far away? No, not at all. I think that a lot of people would assume that it would, and I can definitely see where they're coming from, because I am a very family orientated person. Like, I love my family and I'm around them a lot of the time. Well, actually most of the time. I love my own home. My house is like my safe place. I love where I live, and yeah, I'm just a very like homely person. But I have done quite a bit of travelling, so I'm very used to actually being away from home and being away from my family. Because I was away for like a good few months at a time, like on my own, away from my family. I was abroad, like travelling and volunteering and stuff, so I've actually had quite a bit of time away from home, and I'm actually really good with it, which I know is kind of like surprising, because even when I say that to people, they're like, no, I just couldn't imagine you doing that, and I can see why. But as much as I love my home and I love my family, I actually don't mind being away as much as people would think I would, if that makes sense. As long as I can contact my family and give them a call or give them a text or whatever, then I'm usually fine. Like, I have never been homesick, I don't think. Like, even, well, that's a lie. Like, when I was in Peru for like 3 months and I got ill and I had to go to hospital, then I was homesick, because I was like in a hospital abroad and it was kind of scary, and I was like, oh, I want my mum. But generally speaking, I don't get homesick, because like there's so much technology these days, so I can just FaceTime my family and it feels like I'm there with them, and it feels like we're not really apart, if that makes sense. So then, to refer back to the actual question, because I like to ramble on and go off topic, I'm sorry. So yeah, when it came to going over to my boyfriend's to stay, because I normally go over to his for like a week at a time, it really doesn't bother me at all. Like, I really enjoy it. I really enjoy spending time with my boyfriend. But yeah, I actually enjoy being away from home, but I also enjoy being at home when I am. Like, I like traveling, I like going away for however long and then coming back. How do you remain positive when applying for jobs? It's just causing me so much stress and self-doubt. That's a tough one, because I'm kind of in that situation where I've been job hunting for a while now, and you know, it can knock your confidence. I've applied for quite a few jobs and I haven't heard back from any, and it can be really hard to stay positive and not beat yourself up about it and start doubting yourself and wondering like why you haven't been chosen for that job or why you haven't even been given an interview, and you start like doubting your CV, doubting your skills, doubting you as a person. Like, I've definitely been through that. But at the end of the day, I know this sounds really cheesy, but I truly believe that everything happens for a reason. And so when I don't get a call back about a job, or I don't hear anything back about a job, I just think, well, obviously I wouldn't be happy in that job, because if I was going to be happy in that job, then the opportunity would have come up for me to have that job. You know, I would have got an interview, I would have got the job, but obviously it's not the right one for me. So yeah, I do believe that things happen for a reason, and it's all about timing, and you just have to be patient and just keep trying. As long as you don't give up, then that's the main thing. On to my chicken royale. Almost forgot the name of it. I can't believe I'm filming this video in my car just after I hoovered it. Like, how stupid am I? This is what I'm about to eat. What do you listen to when you're driving? So, when I first passed my test, I literally couldn't listen to anything. I was just so focused on the road. Like, I still am very focused on the road. Like, you always have to be focused on the road. But I mean, because I was a really new driver, I couldn't multitask. So, like, listening to music would just completely distract me. And if I had any passengers in the car, I couldn't speak to them. Or they couldn't speak to each other. I'd be like, shh, I need complete silence to concentrate. It's just how I am. But I have got slightly more confident with driving, even though it doesn't really look like it. But I am making progress. It's just very slow progress. I will admit, not the greatest driver. I'm very nervous and anxious behind the wheel, but I am making progress. But now I can actually listen to music when I'm driving, so that's good. And my CDs in my car are basically 60s. I've got Elvis, I've got Ollie Murs, of course. What else have I got? Paramore, The Pretty Reckless, The Greatest Showman. But generally speaking, it's a lot of 60s music and a lot of Elvis, because that's technically all I listen to. How's your tattoo removal going? So I actually get a lot of questions about this. A lot of people ask me about it, and they ask like why it's taking so long, and I don't think a lot of people realise that it's a very long process, because I certainly didn't. Before I started looking into tattoo removal, I thought like you could just get a couple of sessions and it would be done, but I've actually been having tattoo removal for a year now. And I guess my answer to the question is, it's going as well as it can go. It's a very slow process, a very expensive process. You know, it can be very frustrating that you spend all this money on it and you don't really see fast progress, but you know, it's gradually getting there. It's just very slow. You just have to be very patient and just think of the positives. Like, just think that while it's really taking a long time and you're spending a lot of money, but you're going to be so happy when it's gone and you can actually get a tattoo that you like and that is actually good. So I've had about 7 sessions of removal, but you have to wait 2 months in between each one, hence why it's taken me a year. And I think I have a good few more sessions to go because it's still very dark. And a lot of people ask, why are you getting your tattoo removed? It's like one of my mostly asked questions. And the answer to that is, it wasn't done correctly. The shape wasn't right, it had lots of dips in it and bumps and stuff, and it just wasn't done professionally. But then also, I had big lumps of jet black ink in my tattoo, so it was just weird. Like, the tattoo would just be raised in bits and then there would be like thick clumps of ink in it, hence why my tattoo removal is actually taking longer than it should. Because the guy that removes my tattoo, when he first saw it, he was like, whoa, this tattoo has been done like awful, like the lumps of ink in it, that's going to take ages to remove. So you can totally see in my tattoo that some bits are lighter than others, and it's because my tattoo wasn't done even. There was really dark bits in my tattoo and then there was really light bits when it was all just supposed to be one shade and one thickness of ink, and just, yeah, it was just a disaster. Everyone seems to hate summer. What's your favourite season and why? By the way, I love you. Oh, thank you so much. And thanks for being so lovely. To be honest, I love summer. Like, I'm always cold, so when it's hot, which is very rare in Scotland, but actually we have had a good few like hot days here this year, so we've been really lucky. And like all the rest of my family are like, oh no, I don't like this weather, it's too hot for me, like I couldn't go abroad. Whereas I'm just like, oh, I'm kind of like perfect temperature, like this is nice, I like it when it's warm. So I really do enjoy summer, but I actually don't know what my favourite season is. I feel like it might be autumn or winter though, like even though I love the sun, we don't get it that much. Like if we actually got a lot of sun, then I'd be like, yeah, summer's my favourite. But I really like winter because obviously it's Christmas time. I just feel it's like so cozy and like it's nice to look at the snow out the window. I don't actually like going out in the snow because like I said, I'm always freezing. My hands feel like they're gonna fall off, but I love the atmosphere of like winter because you got Christmas and it's all about family and just everyone coming together and being all cozy inside. So yeah, I'd probably say winter's my favourite just because I associate it with Christmas and I'm obsessed with Christmas. But then I do love autumn as well because I love autumn leaves. Like autumn is such a beautiful season. It's really nice and you get to wear scarves and layers and stuff. But yeah, winter. I'll go with winter. I'm such an indecisive person that I literally can't decide what is my favourite season. Let's just go with winter and say that. What are your top 3 favourite movies and TV shows? Okay, so movies, apart from the obvious ones that I always mention, which is The Greatest Showman and A Star is Born, like that's just obvious. I always say that. So I'm going to try and say some different ones, even though those are my favourite movies. Catch Me If You Can is one of my favourites. It's got Leonardo DiCaprio in it and it's based on a true story. And it just amazes me because I just don't understand how someone in the world can be that clever and just, yeah, it just amazes me that it is a true story. I also love films that really make me laugh, so I love Just Go With It and I love We Are the Millers. Both of them have Jennifer Aniston in it and she's one of my favourite actresses. But yeah, I just love those films because they always make me laugh. And then my top 3 favourite TV shows, apart from the obvious, which is Friends, because Friends is my all-time favourite TV show and it will be for the rest of my life because I'm just obsessed. But I love Peaky Blinders. I've just finished watching season 1 to 4 because my friend bought me the box set and he went on about it for ages, telling me how much he loves it and that I had to watch it. And then I watched it and I was like, okay, you were right, it is amazing, like it is so good. I'm actually so excited for season 5 to come out. Like I think it's coming out on August the 25th or some time around that, and I'm honestly looking forward to it so much. I have become so obsessed with the characters in it. I'm just so engrossed in it and I love it. And I just love how it's so unpredictable, like I never know what's going to happen next. And then another favourite TV show of mine is Not Going Out. I think it's just hilarious. I watched series 1 to 7, I think it was, with Michael, and I just absolutely loved it. Like every episode I was just like, my belly was in pain from laughing so much, and I love TV shows and movies that can make you laugh because it doesn't matter how crappy of a day you're having, you can just stick one of them on and you know that it's guaranteed to make you laugh. And then another funny TV show that I go on about all the time is Two Doors Down. I think you can watch it on BBC iPlayer, but I'm so gutted because I don't think they're making any more seasons of it, but it's honestly so funny. Just go onto BBC iPlayer, type in Two Doors Down, watch an episode and you will be hooked. It is hilarious, it's just so funny. And the last question I'm going to answer is top 5 things you want to do in your life. I thought this was a nice one to end on. I actually want to like make a bucket list and start like ticking things off because there is actually so much I want to do in life. So I definitely want to skydive. I feel like it would just be the most amazing experience, and just to say you've done it, I feel like it would be so terrifying, but once you've done it, can you imagine being able to tell people that you did that? Like it's just so cool, and I feel like I love like the adrenaline rush and just the feeling. I did ziplining when I was in Morocco and It was honestly so much fun. It was so thrilling, so exciting, and just like, yeah, it's terrifying, and that fear that you have all of a sudden just vanishes when you actually are doing it, and you're just like, wow, this is so awesome. Like, it's so hard to explain. But yeah, I definitely want to skydive, but I don't have anyone that wants to do it with me. Basically everyone I've asked just hates heights, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna end up having to do it on my own. So one day I will do it on my own. What else do I want to do in life? I really want to go to New York City. It's been a dream of mine since I was little. I just think it's the most magical city in the world. I would just love to see Times Square and all the lights, go see a Broadway show, the Statue of Liberty, Empire State. Like, I just feel like there's so much I would want to see and do there. So that's always been a dream of mine. So that's 2 things. I've always wanted to like go snorkeling, like swim with turtles and like dolphins. That would be really cool. I just think turtles are so cute. I just really want to swim with turtles. I don't really know why, but that's on my list. What else? The 4th thing would be I definitely want to start my own family, but like not till way in the future. But definitely that's like something I definitely want in my life, is to have kids. I just think that's what life is about, isn't it? Like, it's just so amazing that you can just raise this little human that's like half of you and half of the person you love, and they just like depend on you. And just like, I love the relationship that I have with my mum, and I just want that one day with my little girl or my little boy. I just feel like there's no bond quite like it. And then the 5th thing I want to do in life is buy my own flat or buy my own house. Personally, like for me, I just wouldn't want to rent, just because I feel like it's a waste of money. Like, I know everyone's circumstances is different, and sometimes like renting works for some people. Like my sister Natasha and her boyfriend, they actually rent because it just works out better for them. But for me personally, I feel like if I were to rent, I would just be throwing away money. Whereas if I were to get a mortgage, then like at the end of it, you actually own the property, do you know what I mean? And you actually have something. Whereas when you're renting, you're just giving away your money and not actually investing or having something at the end of it. So I'm gonna end this mukbang here. I really hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. I really hope you've been able to hear me with the rain. I'm so sorry that the day I chose to film this, it is like the heaviest rain ever. But I really enjoyed eating food, of course, and I really enjoyed answering your guys' questions. Thank you so much to everybody who sent in a question. I honestly appreciate it so much. I really hope you've enjoyed watching. If you have, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye!